सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यंबकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Hरि Om. Salutations to all. So, yesterday we saw some of the qualities that are required to realize oneness with Bhagavan. Asham vihaya parihritya parasya nindam. Having dropped certain types of desires and not criticizing, condemning anybody, dropping the pleasure that we derive out of sinful activities, is it better now? There's some internet issue. The speed is fluctuating. Some rain is happening outside. Okay. So we were saying that how certain qualities are required to realize oneness with the Supreme, and we drop desire, drop pleasure from the sinful activities and condemnation of people, meditate in the heart, get the mind absorbed in samadhi. That was one of the shlokas that we did yesterday. To help us to absorb the mind in samadhi, form of Bhagavan we also saw, and some aspect of the formless also we saw through the earlier verse, Tejomayam Saguna Nirgunam Advitiyam. Now specifically the qualities of Bhagavan are mentioned. So form we have seen, formless also we have seen, and the symbolism of the form we have seen. Now in the last verse, the specific qualities of Bhagavan which we can meditate upon, those are given. That is the 8th verse. Rāgādi-doṣa-rahitaṁ svajanānurāgam vairāgya-śānti-nilayaṁ Girijā-sahāyam Mādhurya-dhairya-subhagaṁ garalābhirāmaṁ Vārāṇasī-pura-patiṁ bhaja Viśvanātham. Rāgādi-doṣa-rahitaṁ. One who is free from attachment, etc. So raga, dvesha, abhinivesh, avidya, asmita, these are called pancha kleshas. 5 kleshas, Yoga Shastra says. One who is free from that, rahitam. There is absence of these in Bhagavan. Then svajanānurāgam. Raga and anurag are very different. Anurag here in this context is love, and svajana means devotees. One who has great love for the devotees. Then vairāgya-śānti-nilayaṁ. He is an abode of dispassion and peace. Girijā-sahāyam. He always is the companion of Girija, Mother Pārvatī. Mādhurya-dhairya-subhagaṁ. He has sweetness. He is very patient, very bold, courageous. Mādhurya-dhairya-subhagaṁ. And garalābhirāmaṁ. Garala is that poison. So Abhirama is very charming. So he is most enchanting even with the poison in his neck. Vārāṇasī-pura-patiṁ bhaja Viśvanātham. So what does this shloka mean? These are qualities when we specifically meditate upon and we are contemplating on these qualities, we internalize these. Rāgādi-doṣa-rahitaṁ. So if we want to realize oneness with Bhagavan, one has to be free from attachment and aversion. Because this attachment and aversion, they come with their own attachments. Raga is what creates bhaya when we are attached to something. And what is that attachment? Attachment is a psychological dependency on things for our happiness. That without this, I cannot be happy. I want this, I need to go there, I need to become this. That dependency, then I feel secure, I feel happy. Functionally, we may require something, that's a different point. And if it is not there, it doesn't matter. One will adjust. There may be some inconvenience, one will manage. But psychologically, when there is a dependence, then that is called attachment. In that situation, even if functionally whatever is required is there, the person is still unhappy. Because attachment leads to fear of losing what I'm attached to. And if I am attached to something and I don't get it, then it leads to anger also. And it leads to shoka also. Sorrow. If it is taken away from me, then there is sorrow. And in attachment, there is a particular insistence. This has to be like this only. Somebody has to love me in this way. And if they don't, then that means they don't love me. Then I am miserable. They may have a different way to love, but you are not seeing that. You are attached only to one particular way. No, why are they not seeing this way of mine? And they may be seeing, but they may still want to express in a different way. They may have their own reasons. So, when a person has attachment, then bhaya, krodha, shoka, so many things come. And these will occupy the mind, and these are the ways through which ego becomes strong. Through raga and dvesha, the ego feeds, it becomes stronger. Hence, one who wants to realize supreme consciousness has to be free from raga and dvesha. But the shloka is very beautiful. It doesn't say that, okay, so people think that if I become free from raga and dvesha, I will become indifferent, uncaring, uninterested, unenthusiastic. The next line, the next word there says, svajanānurāgam. When raga is not there, anuraga will happen. What is anurag? From the devotee standpoint, anurag means bhakti. One loves Bhagavan. Mind of the devotee will be filled with devotion for Bhagavan so much. From Bhagwan's standpoint here, Bhagwan loves the devotee. Svajanānurāgam. This is quality of Bhagwan Shiva. If the devotee's mind is free from raga and dvesha, devotion will grow. That is the conducive situation for devotion to grow. And Bhagwan's quality is Bhagwan loves the devotee. We can't imagine the love that Bhagwan has for us. We feel so happy when somebody in the world loves us, but their love has some or the other attachment, dependency, possessiveness. They may still love, but it will be having these limitations. And they can love us only for this life. In this life also maybe some years. And they are also dependent on their thinking. Suddenly if their thinking changes or some behavior of our changes, then that love also changes. Bhagwan's love is there life after life. And Bhagwan, see how much Jiva waits for an excuse not to do sadhana. Bhagwan waits for an excuse to liberate the Jiva. That is the love of Bhagwan. Even little bit effort the Jiva puts, Bhagwan says, chalo, give mukti to this Jiva. Svajanānurāgam. Especially Bhagwan Shiva is called Ashutosh. Very quickly he is pleased. You know, this devotees, the devotees of Bhagwan Shiva, some of the great devotees in South India, they are called Nayanars. So while going through this, the life of these Nayanars, there is one Nayanar called Pashupati Nayanar. So this Pashupati Nayanar, a very nice devoted person in this Chola kingdom, and he was a Brahmana who is well versed in the Veda, etc., devoted to Bhagwan Shiva. And every day he will chant Rudram Chamakam morning and evening. He will go to a tank which is there nearby, and up to his neck water will be there. He will go that much deep into the tank and lift his both hands on his, above his head. With his mind fully on Bhagwan, he will chant Rudram. And just think about that. Bhagwan Shiva is moved by his devotion and steadfastness in reciting the Vedic mantras. And so he granted him mukti. Simple. Another devotee who is making Muruga Nayanar. He is making garland. Every day he will pick up the flowers, wash them, clean them, separate ones which are good, ones which are not. Make a garland, offer it to Bhagwan. Bhagwan is very pleased. Gave mukti. Like that, there are so many examples. The idea is what? That Bhagwan loves the devotee and doesn't want to see the devotee suffering. If the devotee is interested to keep enjoying in the world, then Bhagwan says, Tathastu. Whatever the devotee seeks, Bhagwan says, I will bless you with that. We in Sanatana Dharma, we don't believe man proposes, God disposes. No. We say man proposes, God fulfills. In the Gita, Bhagwan says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham. Whoever approaches me with whatever, I bless them with that. If you seek wealth, tathastu. If you seek progeny, tathastu. If you seek anything, name, fame, tathastu. You want bhakti, tathastu. Mukti, tathastu. Full. Keep giving. No, Swamiji, Bhagwan is not fulfilling my desire. That is our insistence. That's why Rāgādi-doṣa-rahitaṁ. We want to fulfill that at a particular time now. Bhagwan knows what is the best. If we don't have that insistence, we will be very happy. He knows what is the best time, best place, best way in which he has to fulfill the desire. He will fulfill. Don't we get so many things which we wonder, how did this come? Bhagwan is only doing. So, love of Bhagwan is tremendous. Think about it. Arjun had, he surrendered to Bhagwan and Bhagwan gave the whole knowledge of the Gita to him. in the middle of the battlefield, showed him the whole Vishwarupa. And so beautifully he says in the Gita to Arjun that Pratijane Priyosime. 18th chapter he will say that. Arjun, know that you are very dear to me. Pratijane Priyosime. Earlier also he has said, Bhaktosime Sakha Cheti Rahasyam Hetaduttamam. He said, I am giving you this supreme secret because you are my devotee, you are my friend. So like that, Bhagavan is loving to the Jiva. How much we tell Bhagavan, I love you Bhagavan, Bhagavan loves us more than that. We don't even know. The whole Srishti itself is an expression of Bhagavan's love for us. One Zen master, he said that the sun rises because of love of Bhagavan. The birds are chirping, the rivers are flowing, the trees, they are giving this oxygen, the flowers are blooming. All this is love of Bhagavan. Where else will we see? What else do we want to judge whether Bhagavan loves us or not? In spite of all the mess that we are doing with the creation, Bhagavan is still kind, compassionate, accommodating. So, Rāgādi-doṣa-rahitaṁ, svajanānurāgam. The more we feel that Bhagavan loves me as I am unconditionally, nobody can love us as we are unconditionally. Only Bhagavan loves. And that Bhagavan is in my heart, that Bhagavan is in the hearts of all. So whatever love people are also showering on me, it is through them Bhagavan only loving me. And whatever I do with the people also is my expression of love for Bhagavan. If that bhav we have, then there is no attachment. There is still performance of duty. What is needed to be done, one will still do. But no attachment. And that is great freedom. To the other person also, to oneself also. Because attachment binds both. Detachment frees both. So, Rāgādi-doṣa-rahitaṁ, svajanānurāgam. Paramahamsa Yogananda used to say that you take one step towards God, God takes 10 towards you. Think about that. One step. We have to take only one step. God runs 10 steps and comes. Who is putting more effort to unite? Jiva feels, oh, I am putting so much of hard work. Much more hard work Bhagavan is doing. Helping us to destroy our karmas. This Kashi, Bhagavan is literally doing this or not. One expression of Bhagavan's love is that in Kashi, whoever is the Jiva, whatever is that situation of the Jiva, Bhagavan is giving Tarak mantra and liberating them. That also is the expression of Bhagavan's love only. He is doing the hard work there. Jiva is doing anything he wants. Bhagavan is saying, okay, doesn't matter. He has come to Kashi, I will destroy his karma. And that's why it is said that you don't bring back Ganga Jal from Kashi. You can bring back from other places. Tirthasthans you bring back from Haridwar, Rishikesh, Uttar Kashi, Gangotri you bring. But from Kashi you don't bring Ganga Jal back because the Jivas who are in that Ganga Jal, you are depriving them of mukti. That's the Mahima of Kashi. Now if you have brought back Ganga Jal from there, don't feel so much guilt. Kare bapre. That is Bhagavan's Ichha only, leave it. Now be careful. So that is the expression of Bhagavan's love. Svajanānurāgam. He loves the devotee. The more I remember Bhagavan's love for me, the more secure the mind will become, the more easy it will become to surrender. Obviously, the mind must be pure enough. That's why Rāgādi-doṣa-rahitaṁ, to feel that love of Bhagavan. And also to ensure that we don't misuse, saying, no matter what I do, Bhagavan loves me, so I can do anything. No. Bhagavan loves dharma. One who is dharma parayan will feel the love of Bhagavan also. One who frees the mind from raga, dvesha, and see the love of Bhagavan, he helps the jiva to get out of these five also by his anugraha. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Tirobhava and Anugraha. In these four things, Bhagwan outsources, but the fifth one he alone does. Outsources meaning he creates Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh to take care of all this. But this Anugraha is grace of Bhagwan, by which he reveals himself to everyone, to the Jiva. And through that Anugraha, he removes the Pancha Kleshas also. Avidya, I don't know who I am. Then I think I am this Jiva, Asmita. This body identification arises. Once this happens, then Raga and Dvesha, attachment and aversion. And when this is so strong, then Abhinivesh, I don't want to die. Attachment to the body, I don't want to die. Fear of death. These five, Bhagwan helps to destroy. By giving Atmagyan, Avidya gone. If this root cause is gone, then Asmita, body identification, he has so much of vairagya, that body identification is gone. No Raga and Dvesha. Bhagwan doesn't have any Raga and Dvesha, so the Jiva who meditates on Bhagwan also will be free from Raga and Dvesha. And Bhagwan is absolutely fearless. What fear of death is Mrityunjay. The devotee will also attain all this. If the devotee discovers oneness with Bhagwan, all this will get destroyed. And so he is an abode of vairagya and shanti. Vairagya is dispassion. What is the difference between vairagya and anasakti? Dispassion and detachment. In detachment, one may be still engaging in some action or some enjoyment, but there is no attachment towards it. How we play with childhood toys with a small child, if we have to play, we will play. But there is no attraction, there is no attachment, aversion, nothing. Like that, there are people who live in the world, they are devotees, bhaktas, sadhaks, who live in the world, but they are not attached to the world. Some prarabdha, some karma is there, one is doing some seva or doing some duties in the grahastha, but no attachment. So that is called detachment, anasakti. And what is vairagya? Vairagya is no hankering after sense enjoyments and craving for pleasure here or hereafter. And the result of vairagya will be tyaga or sannyas, renunciation. So one will not engage. Tivra vairagya when one has, one will not even engage. One will leave, one will abandon, drop it, and think only of the higher. Sometimes people literally abandon and go to the forest, go to live in a solitary place, go and be in some cave. External renunciation also they will do. But more important is the internal renunciation. There is no craving at all. And there can be somebody who is doing both, who has vairagya and who lives in the world for Loka Kalyan. People like Gurudev, Vivekananda, these great masters, they come under that category. They have greatest of dispassion. You know, the example given in the scriptures for Tivra Vairagya is, for them the entire world or the whole creation, which is in terms of when we think of pleasure, whatever subtlest of pleasures may be there in the world, for this person who has Tivra Vairagya, it is like the crow shit. Kaka Vishta it is called. No interest at all. That mind which is like this, which has vairagya, that mind only will be able to turn within and contemplate steadily. Otherwise the mind keeps going. Why? Because somewhere some attachment is there, some craving for enjoyment, some pleasure seeking, one goes. So vairāgya-śānti-nilayaṁ, Bhagwan is an abode of vairagya, dispassion. And peace. The more dispassion and detachment one has, the more peace one will have. In the Gita, Bhagavan says, Vihaya kaman yas sarvan pumam chalati nispraha. nirmamo nirahankarha sashantim adhigacchati. That person attains peace, who drops all desires and walks free from desire. Which desire? This sense craving for enjoyment, pleasure, dropped. And there it is at Sarvan. Yesterday, as we saw, all desires one has to drop, including desire to realize. But that desire will go last. Holding on to the desire to realize, every other desire I drop, then that desire also goes. So, vairagya leads to peace. He is an abode of vairagya and shanti. How much people think that Shivji means Rudra, Shivji means anger, Shivji means third eye, Shivji means the world burns. That is only one part of the Leela when he has to do samhara or when he has to destroy something, which is also for constructive creation to come forth. But otherwise he is an abode of peace, meditating, peaceful, undisturbed. Kama also cannot affect him, Tilottama also cannot affect him. Such an abode of vairagya and shanti. All contradictions are there around him, but he is still anchored in peace. So, vairāgya-śānti-nilayaṁ and Girijā-sahāyam always, supportive to Mother Pārvatī. We saw the whole Ardhanarishvara Stotram. The Girijā-sahāyam word indicates that Shiva and Shakti are one. With the grace of Shiva, Shakti is able to create, sustain, destroy the universe. And with the help of Shakti, Shiva is able to manifest. So, Girijā-sahāyam. Giri means mountain. Girija, the one who is daughter of the mountains. So also indicates stillness, intensity, single-pointedness. With that single-pointedness, Mother Pārvatī sought Bhagavan Shiva. So Girija is indicative of the Jiva. Whichever Jiva is trying to quieten the mind, intensely be one with Bhagavan, is doing the austerity, Sahayam. Bhagavan is a Sahaya of that. Bhagavan encourages that Jiva, helps the Jiva, ensures that the Jiva gets mukti. So, vairāgya-śānti-nilayaṁ, Girijā-sahāyam. Mādhurya-dhairya-subhagaṁ. He is an abode of sweetness, Mādhurya. Mādhurya doesn't mean only sweet in the sense of what? The taste. Mādhurya is also the qualities, the character, the way in which the person is gentle, loving, kind, compassionate, all that. So Mādhurya comes from there. Sweetness is there in speech, sweetness is there in the behavior, through the actions one expresses. So Bhagavan is like that, Mādhurya, Dhairya, very patient. One meaning of Dhīraj is patience. Bhagavan is very patient. It is like this. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa gave a very nice example that children, when they are playing in the home with some toys, mother is happily doing her work, whatever she has to finish. But the child, when is done with playing and the child says, I want the mother and the mother alone, and the child starts crying, leaving the toys, then the mother runs immediately and comes. So, Bhagavan is also like that. Very kind, patient. As long as the jiva is engaged in the samsara, okay, do, I am waiting. When the jiva says, I have had enough now, please Bhagavan, you make me one with you, make me realize the absolute. Bhagavan says, okay, tathastu, quickly. So he's waiting patiently. Life after life, the jiva is happily playing. Play. Bhagavan doesn't say, Kare, you have forgotten me, you have gone away from me, you don't even remember me. So many lives we don't even know Bhagavan exists. So many life one spends sometimes even in rejecting God. Which God? What God? There is no God. But Bhagavan is waiting patiently. Why? Because compassion is there. That Mādhurya-dhairya-subhagaṁ garalābhirāmaṁ, this throat of Bhagavan is having that blue color because of that poison, and that is compassion of Bhagavan. Bhagavan has patience even when we are doing sadhana, impurities of the mind come out. We may brand ourselves as sinners because of that, or people who are very impure, the mind is very weak. But Bhagavan doesn't brand us. He is waiting patiently because he knows it is all unreal. It all comes and goes. We don't have to hold on to that at all. Let it go. Abide in the seer, not in the seen. Let it go, whatever is there. That's called dhairya. Patience, perseverance is dhairya. Fortitude, that is dhairya. And every obstacle one can overcome with that dhairya. I will share one video on the WhatsApp group of Gangaji. How Gurudev gives the example of Mother Ganga, that she starts from the mountains and her goal is to reach the oceans, and all different types of obstacles, how she overcomes. And Gurudev always said, be like Mother Ganga. Overcome whatever challenges come on the way because my goal is great and grand. So with patience, perseverance, Bhagavan is also waiting, okay, this Jiva's mind has impurities. We will help the Jiva clear it. So, Mādhurya-dhairya-subhagaṁ garalābhirāmaṁ vāraṇasī-pura-patiṁ bhaja Viśvanātham. So this ends the 8th verse, and the last one is the Palashruti. Palashruti means the result of this stotram. If you chant, what will happen? So this is the result. Vārāṇasī-pura-patiṁ stavanaṃ śivasya vyākhyātaṁ idaṁ paṭhate manuṣyaḥ vidyāṁ śriyāṁ vipula-saukhyam samprāpya deha vilaye labhate cha mokṣam. This stotram, Vārāṇasī-pura-patiṁ stavanaṃ śivasya, this stotram of Bhagavan Shiva, who is the Lord of Vārāṇasī, vyākhyātaṁ, what has been described, whoever chants paṭhate manuṣyaḥ Aṣṭakam idaṁ, this verse, this composition which has 8 verses, whoever chants, what will that person get? Vidyāṁ, will get knowledge. Knowledge here means all knowledge of the self mainly, and then whatever else one is seeking, that knowledge. śriyāṁ, wealth and prosperity. vipula-saukhyam is abundant happiness in the world. Kirtim is ananta kirtim, is everlasting fame. Having attained all this while living here, samprāpya deha vilaye labhate cha mokṣam. When one drops the body, one will attain the mukti. So this deha vilaye has 2 meanings. One meaning people interpret it as when the body is dropped, this jiva will go to Shivaloka. But the second meaning is deha vilaya does not mean only body dropping. Deha vilaya means the dehabhimana vilaya, the sense of body identification that I am this jiva. When that drops, then and there is the mukti. Deha vilaya labhate cha mokṣam. In the Bhagavatam, the definition of moksha is this: hitva anyatha rupam swarupena vyavasthitihi. Dropping what is not my true nature and to abide in my true nature. So dehatma bhav, if I drop, I realize my nature is Shiva Tattva, I am consciousness. Then Jivan Mukti here and now. And Kashi is the place where this is what will happen. Knowledge one will attain, karma karma will get destroyed and one will shine in one's true nature. That's the purpose of the worship of Bhagavan. So, we have completed this Kashi Vishwanatha Stotram. We will chant the first verse once again and then we'll do our meditation, contemplation. Gangataranga-ramaniya-jata-kalapam Gauri-nirantara-vibhushita-vāmabhāgam Narayana-priya-mananga-madapaharam Vārāṇasī-pura-patiṁ bhaja Viśvanātham. Sit erect, the head, the neck and the spine in a straight line. Close your eyes gently. Relax the shoulders. Let your hands be in your lap, palms facing the sky. Come to a comfortable posture without any strain in any part of the body. Thank Bhagavan. Invoke gratitude for whatever knowledge, prosperity, abundance, enjoyment that you have in life. What we have got is by grace of Bhagavan, and generally we take it for granted in our desire for more. So take a moment and pause and genuinely thank Bhagavan for whatever you have in life. Thank Bhagavan for any challenges, any difficulties. Bhagavan helps us to grow through these. Destroy some negative karma through these. Suggest to the mind that for the next 20 minutes I am steady and still without any movements. I am alert, awake and quiet. I am only a seeker, a devotee, and my goal is self-realization. Relax the body with deep breathing, slow, steady and deep breathing without any jerks. As we say inhale, take a deep breath. As we say relax, exhale slowly and completely. Exhale all the air. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Continue to breathe at your own pace. Slow, steady and deep. In the space between the two eyebrows or in your heart, visualize a circle of white light. Invoke the auspicious form of your Sadguru in the circle of white light. As though you are invoking the Sadguru from your own heart into that circle. Feel that you are in front of your Sadguru. With all devotion and gratitude, we chant. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Offer some flowers at the feet of the Sadguru. Perform a pradakshina and prostrate in front of the Sadguru. Repose the form back into your heart. Invoke the auspicious form of Bhagavan Kashi Vishwanath through the linga. Imagine Kashi, you have taken a lota of water from Gangaji, and as you are walking up the steps to go to the Garbhagriha, you are chanting Om Namah Shivaya. "27 times we will chant Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Continue mentally. You have reached the Garbhagriha. As you go inside the mandir, there is a rectangle, golden rectangle, in which there is a golden yoni, in which there is an elliptical flat Shivlinga, You bend down on your knees. With the water in your hand, you are offering the Abhishek to Bhagavan. By chanting the 8th verse and praying to Bhagavan that may these qualities come into me. Rāgādi-doṣa-rahitaṁ svajanānurāgam vairāgya-śānti-nilayaṁ Girijā-sahāyam Mādhurya-dhairya-subhagaṁ garalābhirāmaṁ Vārāṇasī-pura-patiṁ bhaja Viśvanātham Vārāṇasī-pura-patiṁ bhaja Viśvanātham. Keep offering the water to Bhagavan. As we chant Om Kashi Vishwanathaya Namaha 27 times. Om Kashi Vishwanathaya Namaha 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 Om Kashi Vishwanathaya Namaha. Continue mentally. Conclude the offering of the Abhisheka. Wipe the linga with a nice cloth. Offer a white cloth to Bhagwan as vastra. Offer it around the linga. With the 3 fingers, apply the Tripundra, 3 lines of bhasma on the Shivalinga. Offer Chandan in the 2nd line, in the center, in a circular form. Apply Kumkum in the center of the Chandan. Offer some rice. Offer a garland of flowers around the linga. Take a Bilva Patra in your hand. Offer the Bilva Patra to Bhagavan. Tridalam Trigunakaram Trinetram Chatrayayudham Trijanma Papa Samharam Eka Bilvam Shivarpanam. Offer some flowers to Bhagavan. Do the Archana of Bhagavan, holding the flowers in the between the 2 middle fingers and the thumb. Bring it close to your heart and offer to Bhagavan. 11 times we will chant Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. 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 This is the Archana of Bhagavan. Light an agarbatti. Offer dhupa to Bhagavan as you ring the bell. Light a lamp. Hold it steadily in front of Bhagavan as you ring the bell. Offer some naivedya to Bhagavan. some fruits and sweets. In a plate, there is some rice, there is some. Light the camphor, do the arati of Bhagwan. Om na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam. Nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yam agnihi. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Om Har Har Namah Pārvatī Pataye Har Har Mahadev. Show the arati to Bhagwan. You take the arati. Place the arati plate beside somewhere. Lift both your hands above the head. Move it clockwise 3 times. Symbolically, one is doing pradakshina of Bhagwan. Prostrate in front of Bhagwan. May Bhagwan help us to be free from attachment, to overcome all the 5 kleshas. May Bhagwan destroy them. Ignorance of the self, body identification, attachment, aversion, and fear of death. Offer these to Bhagwan. Embrace the linga and feel the love of Bhagwan. He is very loving, kind and compassionate, especially to the devotees. He is an abode of dispassion and peace. Always supportive to us to evolve. May we seek to be one with Bhagwan, like Mother Pārvatī, with great intensity and single-pointedness. Bhagwan is the very abode of sweetness, patience, and compassion. Feel the love of Bhagwan pervading your entire being. Repose the linga back into your heart. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of your body. Be aware of the happenings around you. Pray for everyone's well-being. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. Rub your palms, place them on the face. Any questions? All right. Hari Om. Thank you.